All right, this is the first day of a 4-day trip to the boat. Only 4 days, got to get a lot done. We're here in LAX airport and let's see how it goes. It's gonna be like a 20-hour deal. I have to go to JFK before I go to Grenada. It doesn't make sense, but that's how it works.
I'm Brooke and this is Braden. We have 3 kids and 1 dog. Rooney, Penn, Leo, and Captain. At 75 tons and 55 feet long, our home is different. With time being non-renewable and our home being, well, movable, around the world we go as we roam to know. Welcome aboard, Mermaid Monster.
All right, well, it's never that good to let the boat sit for too long. So if I go and take care of things, even if you have a caretaker, they just don't do what you would do. Look what happened to the AC strainer. Look at this. These little holes everywhere. All right, first day being here, what am I gonna get done? There's a lot. I don't even know where to start because I don't want to get into too many projects because there's a good possibility that we're gonna haul out and that would be tomorrow or the next day. And I don't want to clean everything up if I haul out. So it's kind of like, what do you get done that you can finish all the way, which is like, yeah, and not make a mess and have to clean up. So yesterday the AC guy came and he helped me fix that, and I got spares on spares on spares on this boat. And I swear I had an AC relay because it was the relay that was bad. And the AC is working incredible on this boat right now. It turns out that the pump, the raw water pump, wasn't getting enough voltage. So it didn't get enough voltage even to turn it on. And now the water flow out the back of the pump, or out of the pump, is like way better than it was before this issue. So he just bypassed the relay. So the pump is always on, which probably isn't a long-term solution on it, but he's gonna be back tomorrow. I swear I had a relay and I finally figured out where that relay is because I have on my phone, I have everything charted out. It wasn't downloaded on my phone yesterday, so I didn't have it, but last night I looked it up and I looked everywhere in the boat. I tore the whole boat up trying to find this relay. Now I have to put all this back. And guess where it is? The relay says the inventory app that I have is, it's under that bed. And I'm pretty sure at this point it's gonna be easier just to buy a new relay rather than getting into that, because that is gonna be a lot of work. On a side note, you see right here that the Starlink is out because this guy told me, well, another boat that was here reportedly had service on Starlink in Grenada, and I think the guy was full of it. Maybe it works before. Right now with the new portability option, it won't work because it wants me to select the location that I'm at, and it won't let me select that location because it doesn't accept the location that I'm at for the portability. So maybe before the portability came, which is when I had this report, maybe it worked then, but it definitely does not work now. Because before you didn't actually have to report your location, it would just work. I spoke too soon. Is that little satellite dish out there? It is getting reception. Not the greatest. We're getting 16 megabits per second. Not like when I first got the Starlink, I was getting 300 megabits a second, and ever since, this is like cellular speed, right? But I mean that's okay. I mean I'm not impressed, but I'm not disappointed at all. So it works. I'm happy about that. So now when the boat's in the yard, I'm gonna have access to all my cameras because the boat doesn't have internet, but now it does have internet. So I'm actually I'm happy about that. So it works. Now I just need to figure out a better solution than that solution. And there's some really good setups that different people have done with the Nordhavn owners group, where they put them inside the domes. And I think like other boats like MV Freedom and stuff like that has a big video about putting it in the domes. So maybe I'll give that a try. So I have a leak. It's in the stern thrusters, and I brought these huge wrenches in, because 1.25 inch wrenches, to see if I could fix it, because I thought it was the fitting. It's not the fitting though, that's the problem. And I'm just realizing that it's not the fitting. So I had to smuggle these wrenches into the country, because you're supposed to pay duty to bring wrenches in, but I didn't have the right paperwork, which is just laziness, but it's only wrenches. But let me show, let's have it focus here. Let me show you a little bit of what it looks like in here, because I don't know what to do. It was like a problem that I could just kind of continue to tend to the leak, and nothing was going down, but now the hydraulic reservoir is noticeably changed, and so it definitely needs to be addressed before we go anywhere serious, I guess. This is it. And you think that it'd be coming from right here, but it's not. This is all dry, but under here it's oily. You can see under there it's really oily. That one's a little oily too. So we got to get to the bottom of this. I don't know what to do. I definitely need to fix this. Don't know where to start. I think there's some internal seals, and I don't have any seal kit, so see how far I get. Check out those wrenches. I tried to see if I could check these on. Or not check them. I just thought I might be able to carry them on. Absolutely not. They were not going to let me carry those on, so I had to pay 30 bucks just on the airline just to check on 2 wrenches. That's what it takes, I guess. All right, well, while I'm in here, and I got the AC cranking in here, and the neighbor boat next to us, another 55, Tabla Rasa, he came up and said, how much you had to pay for electricity to keep your boat that cold? I was like, well, I haven't gotten the bill yet, I don't know. He's like, it's 62 cents a kilowatt here. I bet you're gonna pay like triple the amount of money on power than you are on dockage using the AC like that. I was like, I hope not. But we're trying to dry it all out, because the AC did fail, and so it was like 92 degrees in here. And I want to get it cranking, make sure it works and everything like that. I'm only here for a couple days. How much could it be, right? Who wants to find out? But so we figured it out. So the bolt, I'm gonna say it here, and then we can go and show it back there. The bolt, it looks like it's coming from this little bolt that hangs out the side, is where that's coming from. And then on that bolt, there's a smaller bolt, about a 1/8 inch bolt on there. And that is what controls the amount of power when you start, they get sent to the thruster. So something in that fitting is leaking. I don't want to tighten the very last bolt too much, because that would reduce my thrust. And I like it where it is. I know exactly how much it does. I feel comfortable with how the boat moves, and I don't really want to relearn that. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try to tighten it up, but it's so narrow, it's so compact in there, and I don't want to have to take the entire housing out of that area right there, because that is just gonna lead to more issues and more fittings getting stressed. So let's see what I can do. So this is the nut. I think that's where it's leaking, because I can feel some oil right underneath here. But this is the nut that I'm gonna try to tighten, and then I'll try to do this one a tad, and I'll do this one just a little bit, because this right here
is what controls the amount of power that gets sent here. And I don't want to really mess with that.
I have one full day left before I head out of here. And Grenada this time around is a little different. It's so quick. And I feel like I didn't get the chance to do anything. Didn't even go dip in the pool. Just been working the entire time. One project leads to another project, then it leads to cleanup, and then another project. One of the things that is really interesting about getting work done on the boat is that sometimes it doesn't matter how wealthy you are, with the exception of wealthy enough to fly in your own guy to fix it. But it's a matter of finding the right person. In the boat industry, everyone says that they can do everything. There's a lot of people that are really overconfident, and that's probably the same in a lot of industries. So the mistake that you can make is not asking the right questions and getting someone on your boat that is just figuring it out as they go. And that's not what you want on the boat. Labor rates are less expensive here, but that's no different, because if someone's learning on the job, an experienced person in a good boat community might take an hour, and an inexperienced person just figuring it out might take 3 hours, and that hourly rate becomes more expensive than the person that in the big boating town, Annapolis, Florida, something like that really has a good understanding of what they're doing. There's good resources here. It's figuring out who they are and talking with the boating community about what experiences that they've had. All right, this is such a worse view, but what I was saying before was this boat there's a lot of personal memories on the boat. Talking to Malcolm last night about if you were to sell it, how would you go about it? And I think that we're not selling the boat, but the thought is that how hard it would be, because the boat, it's not a boat to me, it's where I raised my kids. And so it's not like selling a car, it's like selling a house, and all these experiences that you've had here. It would be difficult, and I imagine that it's similar when a lot of other people sell their boats. I am really thankful for the opportunities that we've had with the kids to be able to have these great adventures and to see these wonderful places. And I've noticed a huge difference in how the kids interact together. They're kind of their own two amigos, soon to be three amigos hopefully. They get along so well together, and I think that a lot of that has to do with being on the boat. Even when they go and do activities, when they're doing junior lifeguards and jiu-jitsu, they even treat those activities differently than the other kid. They don't take them for granted. They really focus at them. When I was a kid, it was different. You know, you went from activity to activity, and those activities weren't a treat to be able to do. They were a way to keep you busy. And for the kids, for Rooney and Penn, any activity that they do is an absolute treat, and they love doing it. They take it very seriously, which is an interesting perspective. It's not like they're without activities. They have plenty of activities. It's interesting to see how it all works out. This great experiment of homeschooling on a boat. Planning is just so difficult, but here are the guys coming to redo my life raft. So the life raft needs to get recertified. Let me go get him. It's another boat yard. This is the second boat yard for the day. The third marine store for the day. This is every day. We've been to every boat yard and every marine store every day. Is that bad planning, or is that just how it is? I'm not exactly sure, but that always seems to be how it is. But this yard's a little bit more empty, but they do seem to be doing a lot more work. All right. This is only like a few minutes after the last boatyard, and we're at Island Water World. So we've hidden every marine store on the island today. And we probably did the same thing yesterday. It's just what you do. I'm gonna test all the electronics because just want to make sure everything is working properly, get the engines running up to temp, and all the fun stuff, huh? Let's see. That noise in the background is the horn compressor. That one's on. And that one's on. See what that is. All right, so the last thing that you saw was me starting the engines to get that air code. It's been like, it's 11 o'clock and that was about 6 o'clock. And I've been talking to so many different people about this. Well, mostly these guys, Jay and James, which have been really helpful. And we're trying to go through the problems that it might be. Let me read you the error codes that we're getting on here. One is percentage acceleration position 2 voltage below normal or short low. You can't see it. And then the other one's engine oil pressure voltage below normal or short low. And then acceleration position voltage below normal or short low. And then this one is acceleration pedal position voltage above normal or short high. And so then I took it and I put a new ECU in, which is kind of like the engine computer. And we got really intake manifold temp volt above high or short high source. That was the error code. Acceleration position voltage below normal or short high low. And then voltage injection pump continue valve air. So we got different codes with a different ECU, but still 3 errors either way. And so the idea is that the computer, there might be a connection issue with the computer. I've gone through every single connection, every single plug in the engine and every sensor, and I've cleaned them with contact cleaner, put a little dielectric grease back in there. I got this little blow gun that blows out any dirt or debris and really does high pressure air in there. The same problem. You don't know how frustrating this is. And there's really no one to fix it but me on this, because the guy here that works on luggers, the biggest thing he's worked on is a generator. And that's not... it's not really helpful in this situation. So no one knows the engine better than I do right now, I guess, here. And so we gotta have to fix this. And I really wanna fix it before I leave, or I wanna know exactly what's wrong with it so that when I come back, I have the right gear, the right parts, and the right backup parts to make sure that we can get this going, because this is, it's nerve-wracking. It's just a little tedious computer problem. It'd be so much easier if it was just that pump's gone, we need to replace that. But it's not that easy. You have to track down every little thing and trial and error. So that is where we're at. I hope I can get to bed early enough before 3, because I still have a lot of other stuff to do. I was not counting on this, and I guess that's the big point is that I should have started the engines the first day, not like 24 hours before I have to leave. So we'll see how this works, but it's not a good night. So what I do is I go through here and we take, there's a little screwdriver right here, and we try to close each one of these little connections just a little bit better. Here's the here. I'm actually really nervous. I don't really want to stay up forever. We're gonna see if it works. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. You think it's gonna work? It's gonna work. Oh, it's crazy. So here's the error. It's acceleration pedal position. There we go here. There's just 2 errors. Oh, Is that better? There's 2 instead of 3 airs? Oh my goodness. I'm leaving and it's still not working, but I gotta go. I'm only gonna be like an hour early for this international flight, and they like you to be 3 hours early. So at this airport, they want you 3 hours early. I feel defeated. I'll have to come back and figure this out. You have to pull all my resources to figure this one out. So I'll figure it out.